So today we are going to be talking about what am I here to do and what am I here to be? So we're going to be looking at astrology for clues about your life's work, more specifically your Saturn placement and the 6th house in your natal chart. So we're also going to be looking at the sun and the moon placement in your chart for insights into who you're here to be and what authenticity looks like to you. So often when we're looking for clarity and guidance on our life's work, on our life's purpose, we use doing and being interchangeably. But what you're here to do in your life is not the same as who you're actually here to be. So Morgan, do you want to tell us a bit more?
Yeah, so doing and taking outward action is a natural part of creation and the creative process, and something we all do. It's just natural. So when you do or take action, it's beneficial that the action you take is in alignment with who you truly are, your true self. As Lucy mentioned, there are clues as to what keeps us individually in alignment if you look to your astrology, your astrological natal chart. So first we're going to look to Saturn for clues. So Saturn is all about the work you're meant to do in the world. Your Saturn placement gives you a sense of how you're here to serve and to be of service in the world. So there's a common misconception about Saturn, you know, that it's a taskmaster, or it's just there's a lot of friction there, and we just want to say that if you get to know your Saturn and you really work in collaboration with Saturn, it can give you a real sense of purpose and this grace that connects you to who you truly are. So how to work with some tips on how to work with Saturn. It's a good idea to have a goal in mind and to write out some step-by-steps or small steps that you can, or instructions as to how you can get to your goal. So then you would call in your Saturn superpowers and let Saturn meet you halfway. So remember, you have to step up and you have to do the work. Only then will Saturn meet you halfway. So Saturn is like a mentor, and you still need to do the work, even though you have this mentor there to help you and to work with in collaboration. So it's really about the long term, the long game. So Lucy's going to show us next how to find Saturn in your chart.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. Right. So when we're working with your astrology chart, we recommend that you go to a site such as astro.com, put in your birth details, including your birth time and location, to cast your natal birth chart. So when you've done that, in your chart, you're going to be looking for this symbol. Now I've drawn it. So here's my art skills. You're going to be looking for this symbol for Saturn. Okay. So have a look for that symbol in your chart. The next thing that you're going to be doing once you found that symbol is you're going to be looking for the sign that it's in. Okay, so that'll be whether it's Virgo, Pisces, Capricorn, etc. Then you're going to be looking for the house. Okay, so that'll be 1, 2, 3 up to 12. So you're going to look for this symbol first of all, then you're going to look for the sign that it's in and the house that it's in. All right. Now the sign, so whether that's Virgo, Pisces, etc., gives you a sense of nuance or a sense of flavor, the flavor of the work that you're here to do, right? The house placement, whether that's 1, 2, 3, 4, etc., is what area or what arena you're called to do that work. So I'll give you an example from my own chart. If you have Saturn in Virgo in the 8th house, which is where I have my Saturn placement, Saturn in Virgo finds personal power through self-healing. That's the Virgo element. Now, the 8th house really symbolizes significant change and transformation. It's the house of resurrection, right? So Saturn in Virgo here helps people through a self-healing process that involves letting go of the past and reinventing themselves after significant life changes. So this is a taster of what we're going to be diving into in much more detail in our next community class. So do keep an eye out for that, and we will pop a link below for you to register as well.
Awesome. And so the next thing we're going to look at in your astrology chart is the 6th house. So the 6th house reveals your work style and daily routines. So this is where you might enjoy also studying a topic or analyzing a certain topic. The 6th house governs your everyday health and well-being. It can even tell you how organized you are, if you're neat or messy, and your problem-solving style, which can be very helpful for any type of work that you do. It also shows you where you're helpful, but also where you need some help. So whatever planets you have in the 6th house will give you an indication of your work style and how you're designed to best be of service. So example, in my chart, I have the 6th house, in the 6th house, I have Neptune, which is all about intuition and the bigger vision. So this helps me in the work that I do, which is helping business owners to create a new vision for their business that is more in alignment with who they truly are. So if you don't have any planets in the 6th house, don't worry, because Lucy is here to tell us more about this.
Amazing. Okay. So yes, as Morgan says, if you're looking at your chart and you go, oh, but I don't have any planets in the 6th house, what does that mean? Rest assured, it's nothing to worry about. Everybody has a 6th house in their astrology chart. If you don't have any planets, as I was saying, it's not a problem. You still have a sign that is associated with your 6th house. Okay, so this is how you're getting more information. So to get more information on your work style and how you're here to be of service, look to the sign in your chart and look to the ruler of that sign. So this is a little bit more complicated, but I'm going to go through it step by step using my own chart as an example. I don't have any planets in my 6th house. My 6th house is in Cancer, okay? The ruler of Cancer is the moon. The next step is I say, okay, so the ruler of Cancer is the moon. My moon is in the 12th house. So how I'm here to be of service is through inner conflict resolution. I help people to heal subconscious emotions and make peace with themselves and the world around them. So once again, this is the kind of information that we're going to be diving into in our community class coming up.
Yeah, and that's also the work you do with clients as well, Lucy. That's correct? Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
correct.
Beautiful. So we talked about doing and taking action. Now let's talk about being. So going inward and connecting with your soul's true essence. So remember, you bring the quality of how you're being into everything that you do. So that's a nice little connection of being and doing. So let's talk about who you're here to be. First planet we look at in the astrology chart and the natal chart is the sun. So the sun represents your soul's energy, your essence, and your essential self-expression. This is where you truly shine, like the sun. So think of it as the essence of your personality, your creativity, the true you. And it's also where you get your fuel from, or where you get your energy from. So the sun expresses itself through the sign and the house in your chart, so where it's placed. So an example of a sun in Leo. So sun in Leo might mean that you draw your strength and energy from creativity, generosity, playfulness, and courage. So the other clue to how you're here to be can be found with your moon sign. And Lucy's going to talk more about the moon sign.
Yeah. So your moon sign really symbolizes your emotions. It symbolizes your inner desires and how you respond or react emotionally. The moon also symbolizes your instincts, your intuition, and what you're sensitive to. The moon is really the inner workings of your soul. And in a type of astrology called shamanic astrology, the moon symbolizes your past life relationships and your past life patterns as well. So some of the terms as you contemplate the moon and your moon sign to think about are these: I need, I desire, I feel, I'm intuitive about, and I feel comforted by. And we like to say that the moon governs our emotional temperament. So this is similar to the sun sign. Have a look at your moon, the sign that it's in, and the house placement as well for more of an idea of a flavor and a tone of your emotional landscape. So the moon, for example, we can say a moon in Pisces, perhaps, you're more likely to feel a much wider range and depth of emotion versus, say, someone with a moon in Virgo, who may be more practical and a little more emotionally reserved.
Yes, so now it's your turn. Have a look at your natal chart, and you can go, as Lucy mentioned, to a site like astro.com, and you can download your free birth chart. And so look at it to see, what are you here to be and what are you here to do based on the information we've spoken about today. So look to your Saturn and your 6th house, and also your sun and your moon for clues on what that should look like, or what that is designed to look like. And let us know in the comments how that looks for you and how that shows up in your life, and whether or not you resonate with the information in your chart. Okay, so, and to find out more about our upcoming community classes, click on the link below and be sure to join us next week for another video.